Love Hip Hop.
Speaking of jail, the Toronto South, there's an update, okay? Project South, actually. Project South is the project that happened where they busted a bunch of police officers. There was one main guy that they arrested who they said was giving up addresses to one guard that was like playing too much by the rules. But they've arrested way more than that since then. And now they've arrested a guard from inside who was giving information to people and stuff from inside, bro. It's crazy, fam. So let me pull up this article here. So Toronto South Sergeant arrested in wake of Project South police corruption scandal. Zara, can you see that from here?
Yeah, a staff sergeant at a Toronto super jail has been criminally charged in the wake of the massive police corruption probe Project South. Mohamed Orulija is accused of directing another staff member at the Toronto South Detention Center to unlawfully search an inmate on the jail's database last September, pardon me.
Is his name Muhammed?
Muhammed, yeah. It might be Turkish, yeah.
Ooh.
Orulija. It kind of sounds like a Turkish name. Anyways, York police arrested the 35-year-old in late February, just weeks after announcing the results of a months-long investigation that uncovered Toronto cops had allegedly leaked confidential information used to facilitate shootings, extortion, and other crimes, including a plot to murder a manager known for his strict enforcement inside the Toronto jail. It remains unclear how exactly the allegations against Orulija fit into the sweeping investigation. Investigators confirmed only that Orulija was arrested as a result of information that originated from Project South. We are unable to provide any further details regarding his charges or his role at Project South. Remains an ongoing investigation, said York Regional Police spokesperson Constable Kevin Nebrija.
They all snitching.
Yeah, and we can stop there. And I have a video that I'm going to show you guys in a second, but just for that right there, this guy's like accessing the database and giving up prisoner information, bro. That's crazy, fam. Like, you work in the jail and mans have you hemmed up in whatever type of organization they have, bro. Nobody can be trusted, brother. It's over, fam. I'm sorry, bro. I'm looking at everybody sideways, bro. This is the worst exposure to me of the police, of the Toronto police, because it's mainly Toronto police, that I've ever seen in my whole history of living here, bro.
Saying he'll probably have to go PC.
Oh, for sure. All cops go to PC, I think. You know what I'm saying? But what do you guys think? Like, the prison guards are obviously in on it. I think that we would have known that from time that they were in on it.
You know what I think this is a case of? Similar to the OSAP money guy. It's just highlighting a flex that has already existed. I feel like prison guards have been somewhat corrupt. They help in bringing in things to the jail.
Yes.
And, you know, they make extra money on the side and they're connected. So I think this kind of was just an instant where someone got caught.
Yeah, but there's one thing of bringing in stuff to the jail and stuff like that, like working, I guess, in concert with the criminals, which is bad already. You know what I'm saying? I guess from the ethical standpoint. These guys are like working with the police and they're trying to take people out and they're using the database to be able to access where these people are, what they're doing, so that we can murk them, fam. That's a way different level than bringing in some work and some phones.
Is it because we're Canadians and we don't expect this level of corruption from like government officials?
No, I don't think that. I think we all accept that there's corruption.
Yeah,
you know, because like me, I'm not really surprised, but like when I think about American media, you know what I mean? That's normally where I think of like, okay, yeah, that's where all the cops are corrupt, da-da-da.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, when I think of Canadian police, I just think of like the Mounties and stuff. So like, this is kind of surprising to me that it goes so deep that they're getting manned and murked. So like, are they working for like street niggas?
Basically.
Like, that's what's crazy to me.
They haven't mentioned what gang specifically that they've been working for, like through all the news articles that I've seen, unless I missed that. But they're literally working in concert with gangs on the street so that they can murk people in the gang's interest.
Is it possible that like, okay, they probably sent man some maybe like try to join the force so they could have people on the inside? Or is it like,
for sure. What? If they're already doing this level of corruption, okay, where they're willing to work with the gangs, you don't think gang members have already infiltrated the police force, bro?
No facts.
Oh, definitely. And I think it could have started off as a, financial relationship where, they were working with this Muhammad guy. And then eventually he got connected to them outside the jail, like his people and their people.
Yeah,
he could have easily been coerced or bribed to an extent where he was like, okay. Or maybe he felt like, I want to get rid of this guy personally. Maybe it wasn't in conjunction with any gangs.
Maybe, but if people are at risk of dying, bro, this is way deeper than I thought we could get. When you asked about expecting corruption, I expect corruption.
Yeah.
I expect it.
I mean, like, to this level though, like
that's what I didn't expect.
Yeah.
And these many police officers to be involved. You know what I'm saying? I'll play you guys another video because the shit does get deep, bro. All right. So Project South officer faces disciplinary hearing. This is courtesy of CP24. And the other one was courtesy of the Toronto Star.
We're learning more about the allegations against 24 people accused in the corruption probe called Project South.
And as CTV's John Woodward reports, there's a call for City Council to call a judicial inquiry.
York Regional Police shared this video of a dramatic confrontation in a news conference last month. Dozens arrested, including 1 retired and 7 current Toronto police officers, accused of supplying information to hitmen. Their targets including a manager of the Toronto South Detention Centre. Several of the accused had their first court appearances today in a Toronto court over Zoom, with new details found in their court documents. Some officers accused of helping put a tracking device on someone's vehicle, accessing confidential Toronto police computer systems, and drug trafficking. Civilians facing charges including possession of a stolen vehicle, drug trafficking, and extortion. One charge to Constable Richard Black was that he arranged for another officer's vehicle to be stolen so an insurance company would pay out. The alleged scheme wasn't carried out. Older Toronto police discipline documents show Black is accused of not properly reporting his dealings with confidential informants as far back as 2019. The notice of hearing saying source management is a high-risk area of policing. The officers under scrutiny in criminal court, their own departments, the Provincial Law Enforcement Complaints Agency, while the Provincial Inspector General of Policing is reviewing all Ontario police services. Former Toronto Mayor John Sewell says Toronto City Council should call its own inquiry.
There's a problem in Toronto.
Right.
Wow. I think it's a money thing.
Talk to me.
If I could, they're probably thinking, okay, they pay me a few bands. I'll have to just give them a piece of paper. I'm not doing any dirt. There's no blood on my hands. They're going to find a way to get to this guy anyways, like.
Maybe. What about the car getting stolen for insurance? What's that all about?
That's money. That's a money play.
A quick flex.
Yo, these guys are so dirty in so many ways, bro.
Dirty, bro.
Holy fuck.
Well, no matter what you do, an extra $5,000 or $10,000 is never gonna hurt. You know, like even if you're a police officer.
Hold on, a week or a month?
A flex.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know how long it takes to receive the money.
Yeah.
But what I will say is interesting is that now they're doing an investigation on all Ontario police services. And I think there's going to be more revealed when it comes to corruption.
Definitely.
I don't think it's just the TPS, or York Region. I'm sure every locale has their degree of corruption.
To a certain extent, though, if they let too much out, then that's gonna kind of take away the public trust.
That's what I'm thinking.
You know?
And who's doing the investigation?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I seen the chief, the Toronto police chief was like, yeah, we're going to look into this. And Bro, how do I believe you?
Facts.
You're going to, we're looking into it. Wink, 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 wink. You know what I'm saying? And then tell everybody, yo, move your shit, bro.
No,
like, we're forwarding just now to go check some shit out.
Yeah, because they're going to protect their own interests at the end of the day, as opposed to the general population.
Like, if these guys got caught, maybe send out a few more dummies. Like, you guys are the fall guys. You know what you're signing up for. Don't snitch on the rest of the mans.
Yeah, bro. And let's act like we cleaned up these police departments everywhere.
The only trustworthy way to do what they're doing is have like a third party audit. Something that doesn't have to do with the Ontario Police Services.
But who is that? And they could get paid off same way.
Exactly. You're right.
Yeah, bro. Money talks. Money talks. And so the corruption will never end, bro.
We need a Borough Sound expose going live.
They'll arrest me still. You know, Rebel News Canada? They'll try that stuff. And they'll get
Yeah.
arrested.
Oh, for real.
They'll get arrested, and then if you keep on fucking around with the way these guys are moving, bro, look, bro, they're going into databases to try to find out information. If
They'll get
borough
you
sounds, they'll your head top clean,
Mm.
fam. Like, what do you mean you're doing all this poking around in here trying to be Mr. Virtue, bro? Fuck you, bro.
Man,
You're out of
guys-
here.
We have sad news to report today. Zara will not be.
You'll see me on CP24.
Right? He was doing it for the content, bro.
As long as I get a child support documentary about my death, I'll be solidified still.
Yeah, bro. So it's like, how much probing can you really do, fam?
No facts.
Like, the police are corrupt. They're dealing with criminals who are obviously corrupt. So there's no defense, bro. We're kind of just on our own. I'm being dramatic, but I feel like I'm not.
But you know what is the defense against police officers? Low key, the law. Because the police officers oftentimes will break laws.
Mm.
And if you know your rights and you know the laws, they can't really mess with you. And that's
Yeah,
how they
yeah,
end up
yeah,
losing a lot of cases, like unlawful arrests, unlawful search, telling you this, that, lying to you. They're allowed to lie to you.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so I think that is the only way to combat it. But yeah, worst case, if they want you gone, you're gone.
You're
still.
gone, bro. And they're going to get through the databases, find out where your crib is, all that shit, fam. The man them are watching We Love Hip Hop right now. Like, y'all keep on talking. Like, I've seen your thumbnails there Friday. How many thumbnails you going to keep on making about this Toronto police?
Mm.
There's some Toronto police, and I'm joking, but I'm not joking, that's watching this saying, bro, we're doing criminal activities. Stop trying to freaking out us.
And there are probably some that are disgusted and say the majority of us don't do criminal activities. That's just the bad apples.
Yeah.
And, you know, our job is to keep the community safe. It's kind of like, do you accept the corruption with the benefits of certain types of protection? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, they're going to be corrupt, but at the same time, like, you do need police in society.
Yeah.
But it has to be balanced. If you guys are getting niggas hit, then like.
But there are situations where police save the day. I don't know how often, but like.
No, definitely.
You know, so
Well,
it's
I'm
like
saying,
you
like-
got to take those days with the bad days.
But like, okay, a little bit of corruption here and there. I feel like the public, like, yeah, we're fine with that.
Yeah, turn a blind eye type shit.
If you guys are committing murders, then it's like, all right, bro, you guys are taking it too far.
But
Fam, you're committing the murders and then you're going to the murder scene after. Be like, oh my God, there's a murder here. Like, no, you just did it, brother.
But what was the task force issued with just identifying people in hoods and they would beat up kids and stuff?
Who's that?
Honchos talked about it. It was like a Toronto police thing where like they would just stop anyone, like say you were walking in Vern or like certain hoods, like, and they would force you T-pass.
It was carding that they used to do back in the days.
Was
right?
it carding? There was a name for it. Someone will comment it. But yeah, like they would pretty much unlawfully force people to identify themselves. They would
Yeah,
get
that was carding.
aggressive.
That was carding.
Yeah.
And that was
Yeah.
too, and it became too much. And then people were like, yo, you guys have to stop that.
Yeah, you were
But-
racially profiling.
But it took a while for that to be seen as bad. Like the public was cool with it for a bit.
I don't think the public was ever cool with it, but like they just enforced it and they were like, we're going to do it in the right way. Don't worry. Until they didn't.
Yeah, I feel like once they took it too far, the public's like, all right, you guys are wilding now.
Yeah. And I think at the time, because I was old enough to remember, we were like, no, this is not going to be a good idea. And then they showed us that it was a bad idea.
But my point was that a lot of people will accept corruption and still maintain some sort of faith in the police force.
Yeah.
You know, even though they know, okay, what they're doing here is bad, but like, we still got to trust our boys in the blue.
Well, it's because
I guess
it wasn't at their doorstep. But until, you know, the white youth started to become more into like hip hop culture and stuff, then now they're the ones getting ID'd and roughed up and slammed on the concrete as well. Now it's like, oh, they're messing with my boys. Now let's lobby and change the laws and stuff.
I got to get my son out of prison.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And fam, I feel like in a real lost place in society when I look at just the lawlessness over here, bro. It's, I don't know, maybe I'm having a doomsday type of freaking epiphany, but like just the fact that the police are this corrupt, bro, I don't know where we're going moving forward.
No, it's bad here. Like, bro, there are illegal weed shops everywhere. No hate to them. Shout out to them. But
I
like,
fuck with them.
yeah, shroom stores, like, bro, in our city that is supposedly against the law. So it's like, bro, and then you have people shooting up and smoking crack on staircases in front of everyone. Like, there's just so much little things that add up that it's like, yeah, our city is lawless. I'm not surprised that there are so many kids committing crimes because it seems like it's probably easier now than ever.
There's no control, fam. There's no control. But yeah, no salutes to anybody. Fuck the police, same way. You know what I'm saying? Except for like Dunkley, Officer Dunkley. We like him, man. We like him. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to check out these other videos on the screen and make sure to like and subscribe.
We love hip hop.